As people move into their 50s and 60s, priorities change. The hours spent on home improvements and the sheer time necessary to maintain a full-size home seem to be a little more of a burden. Not to mention that as kids move on and start their lives, there's all that unneeded space. Most Americans tend to turn on the gas in the last 15-20 years of their working lives to make sure their retirement savings will be adequate to meet their needs. That's why the idea of downsizing is a good one to start early. It's also a good time for a financial checkup as well. A trusted financial professional may not be able to help you sort out what dishes and furniture to sell or give away, but he or she would make a good first stop in developing a complete downsizing strategy involving assets, investments, career, and other financial and lifestyle planning. With life expectancies lengthening, many people 50 to 55 years of age could conceivably be only at the midpoint of their lives. Now, what's the chief advantage to downsizing? Handled correctly, it can save a lot of money. Selling a larger home, or possibly one that still has a mortgage, in favor of a smaller house or a condo that's completely paid off can potentially save tens of thousands of dollars in interest payments over time while still building equity. The earlier the process starts, the better. Here's a checklist of considerations in downsizing your life. Number 1, get advice first. As mentioned, downsizing should be a holistic process, a chance for a checkup of your overall finances while identifying things, expenses, and habits in your life that you can comfortably jettison. It's helpful to set up a plan to extinguish debt in all of its forms and move on to a checkup of savings, investments, and other estate matters. A trained financial professional can help guide you through this process. Number 2, downsize potential health issues. No matter what the final effect of healthcare reform, your out-of-pocket and premium-based healthcare costs over time will be cheaper if you take steps to maintain your health. Make weight and other personal health maintenance issues a new priority as you move into your pre-retirement years. Number 3, plan for a retire career. You might be working for a company or organization that has a mandatory retirement age, or maybe you have a year in mind when it might be finally time to pack up and go. And while there's nothing wrong with a retirement devoted to travel and leisure activities, if you think you won't be able to afford to quit working completely, or if doing nothing will eventually drive you nuts, consider getting some career counseling, personality testing, or do some research that will help you train for a new or full or part-time career after you retire from your present job. Number 4, start thinking about real estate and new places to live. Today's retirees don't necessarily have to move to traditional retirement destinations. Telecommuting allows many people to continue their working lives and education from anywhere. For many people, the magic combination might involve cheaper real estate, desired weather and activities, travel options, and access to good doctors and quality healthcare facilities. Decide what kind of home you would see yourself living comfortably in at age 70 or 80. This combination of factors might happen in a surprisingly large number of locations based on individual preferences. Number 5, talk to your family. It's not only really important to discuss your expectations for your later life with your family members, but it's also important to get their feedback on what they consider good ideas for you. There may come a day when you need to rely on others for help. It would be good to have an idea to identify how realistic that is. Also, if you're talking about downsizing certain assets or a property that might have been in your family a long time, it's important to discuss that with others that might be affected by that decision. Number 6, start weeding. Physical downsizing isn't something that's done in a month. Give yourself a year to go through each room in your home and prioritize what you're really going to need if you move into a smaller place. Make a list of what you hope to give to friends and family members and what you'll donate or trash. Time will give you more opportunities to put good, usable items in the hands of people who could really use them. Develop a record-keeping system that fits you so you won't forget any decisions you've made along the way. Also, you might want to set up a separate area for family photos and other keepsakes that might have high emotional value. Number 7, don't start upsizing later. When you move, chances are you will need to invest in some new household items or possibly furniture to match your new surroundings. Try to avoid going overboard with this. thoughtful downsizing should prevent a lot of spending for stuff you've already chucked. With a thoughtful downsizing process, you can simplify your life and save money in the process. Maybe it's worth considering. You can decide. Join us again soon for another installment of The Financial Briefing.